Sebastian Giovinco moving on from Toronto FC. All week we've kind of been debating his place in MLS history. Let's just focus on kind of international designated players. I think you can make a pretty strong case that he's the greatest we've ever seen in this league. Forget, Beckham off the field stuff, just on the field stuff. Where do you think he fits?
I think he's in the conversation. I mean, you just look at the numbers. 68 goals, 52 assists in 4 seasons. Numbers say one thing. The team won. He won a ton of trophies. I'm still impartial to Robbie Keane, though, Seb. I saw what Robbie Keane did from opening coming in. And yes, he had Landon Donovan and David Beckham. But you also look at Giovinco. He had the Michael Bradleys and Josie Altidores and a team that spent $9 million more than any other team in Major League Soccer. So I'm not going to say Toronto didn't have the tools around Giovinco. I think he's in the conversation unequivocally. But if you're asking me, which you are, I'm looking at Robbie Keane. I still think Robbie Keane is the best designated player internationally that we've seen in MLS history.
Let's bring it in studio, get a little bit more perspective on Giovinco. Matteo, I wonder what the reaction was in Italy to his time here, because here he was certainly a superstar.
Yeah, he was a superstar, and it was perfect for MLS, right? Because he's the kind of player that I think even the casual fan can appreciate and start loving, even more so than a Beckham, just because of his playing style, right? He's so easy to love. He's this diminutive, incredible dribbler, scoring spectacular goals. And to think that he went from a situation in Italy where he was a backup at a good Juventus side, he was very good for mid-table teams, but couldn't crack into the top 4 in Italy. And he comes here, he gets to 6 times his wage, and he becomes a folklore legend of the league. I thought he made the perfect career move and also the perfect financial move.
He was called just recently into the Italian national team. I mean, now the move to Saudi Arabia, I guess no future there.
I don't think he has a future there. There's very good young Italians that Italy now has to focus on for the next World Cup. Unfortunately, Giovinco just left during his prime Italy, and even then when he was in Italy, he wasn't getting many call-ups with the Italian national team, and rightfully so.
Taylor, I wonder what you think of the way in which this went down. We saw the Instagram post from Giovinco. Clearly, he wasn't very happy with how the exit took place with Toronto FC. Did Toronto make a mistake here, Taylor? No,
they didn't. Because they were going to pay him less. They were offering him less money. And keep in mind, always there's tongue-in-cheek a little bit with Sebastian Giovinco's Facebook message, because he said he was willing to take a pay cut, and yet he's going to Saudi Arabia where he's actually getting a pay raise. So I'm not totally sure where that's lost in translation. Listen, Toronto could have lost him 6 months from now. He's gone for free. He can sign a contract, and then you lose him in the more important part of the stage of the season. And there's 2 gentlemen sitting at your desk, and Paul Mariner and Steve Nicol, that know this better than anyone as a coaching staff, is that because of the way the Major League Soccer schedule's lined up, you actually need to make the decision now, because in the summer, if you lose him for free going into the most important part of the season, then that's not going to work out. So whether it's $2 million, $3 million, anywhere in between, the fact that Toronto got something for him and they can move on, I think it's better for both parties. And also, Giovinco's been injured. Seb, we all on the outside love and appreciate the kind of player that he is and what he did in the 4 years in Major League Soccer, those numbers we just showed you. But the reality is he's been injured a lot. Right? So you're not going to pay him $7-8 million, and he's saying you would have taken 4 or 5. I'm not totally sure when he's going over to Saudi Arabia and almost doubling his salary.
Yeah, feels like the dawn of a new era for Toronto FC.